Well, hello and welcome to the InnoVision diet plan. This diet plan is different from most because it's designed by you, for you, and so it suits you. It's designed by you to suit your lifestyle, your unique circumstances, your unique personality. And it takes 7 days to basically learn how to do this. Yesterday we talked about creating a strategic super smart plan. A plan being something that you thought you would change in your current diet habits. And we've suggested, we strongly suggest, looking at the first thing that you eat in the day or that you drink in the day that you think is fattening, or some habit that you think is probably not very good for you, and then making an effort to change that habit. And so if you followed this program, you would now be, this morning, have attempted to do that. And today, we're going to look at any problems that might have arisen. We all know that when we try to do anything, we often feel as if we're sabotaging our own efforts. And so today is called Unlimited You because it's about looking inside and attempting to break the chains that may bind you to a habit. And so I'll ask Jen to explain, so what's going on when we try to change a habit, like substituting some slightly better food for a bad one, and we find all kinds of different sorts of resistance. What's going on inside us, deep in the personality?
Well, different things at different times are going on, and it's incredibly important to get in touch with what's actually happening to you when that little voice kind of gets louder and louder and louder and says no. You make the plan, you have the intention, and you know, it may even work the first day or two, but at some point in time something happens and this voice gets louder and louder. Now, Dr. Steve Peters has a very good model for what's going on in the human brain, which we definitely agree with. And he says our brain has evolved over millions of years. We all know this, and there are many people who talk about different levels of evolution in the brain. But the bit that we like that relates to Unlimited You, understanding breaking habits, is the chimp monkey bit that's been with us for many, many millennia.
I know it. I know that chimp.
Yeah.
The inner chimp.
The inner chimp.
Yeah.
And the inner chimp is that little bit of you that is designed, especially in women, to eat when there's food available, because women have evolved to bring little people into the world, feed them while they're growing inside, feed them when they're out. And women spend a terrific lot of time dealing with food, making food available for babies, making food available for partners, for the community. And so it's natural, particularly in females, to want to eat when food is there.
So it's like see it, eat it,
exactly.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It's very emotional.
Very natural.
It's very deeply, deeply ingrained. And in order to, it's also very immediate. It doesn't plan ahead very much. Excuse me. So in order to change chimp-like conversations, change the incentive of the chimp, you need to engage with the chimp, get into a conversation. And
I see. So basically you're saying a chimp, you reach for your banana, you reach, probably if we're talking about breakfast, it may be the muffin, it may be the... whatever it is that you think is really bad, it may
and
be
it may not even be the
frosties.
breakfast. Breakfast may go well, but
well,
then
okay,
it may go wrong later. But yes,
but basically, you reach
for 3 days, it works, and then the
cereal,
fourth day, exactly.
And it's basically your little greedy monkey inside that's programmed to go for food when it sees it, and you're looking forward to it. And then perhaps you think to yourself, okay, well, I've got a human part. I know it's not good for me. I'm going to try something else. And then you're saying that the chimp, you overrule the chimp, and then what happens is the chimp gets cross and feels
it doesn't
deprived.
mind for a day or two, but it gets louder and louder, and then it just...
Sure, because the chimp is basically, it's emotional, isn't it? And it wants quick gratification. Yeah. That's what it's designed for.
Yeah.
See it, eat it, enjoy it, without any foresight. And if you keep saying the human part of you, well, no, 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 I'm not going to let you do that. I'm going to overrule you. The chimp gets crosser and crosser, and then one day, bang, binge, huh? This is
Exactly.
what we
That is
see?
exactly what happens, yes.
So the chimp
Making up, it accumulates resentment.
So if we understand and sympathize and identify with and let this chimp part express what it wants, then we're in a position perhaps to be able to do some communication, negotiation without the chimp feeling overruled, annoyed, and this is the essence of it,
That
isn't
is
it?
the essence of it, yes. That's the essence of Steve Peters' theory, that rather than managing the chimp with discipline and willpower, you manage the chimp from a different space of negotiating and a higher space beyond both of
Jane,
you.
could I ask you then to help us through, if we take the breakfast example, because we're taking just one example, so could you give us an example of some bad kind of habit that many of us might have at breakfast? I mean, I know myself, I've had them all, like sugar-coated Frosties I used to like with milk on. It is tremendously fattening, and I don't think there's much goodness in there really. But we're all conditioned, aren't we, to have these big breakfasts?
Yes. Well,
give us an example then of what you might think of as a bad thing that you're trying to replace, and let's go through the sequence of what we're suggesting you do about it.
Okay, well, supposing you've decided that for breakfast you're going to have fresh fruit instead of sugary cereal.
That's a good example. Right?
And so you get the fresh fruit in, it's all there, and you have it. Maybe it works for a couple of days as a bit of a novelty.
Can I stop you for 1 second? The very first thing that happens with me is when I actually there's a moment when I feel I want my normal cereal, and that moment is when perhaps I sit down at the table, and I've done this over years and years, and I've had the cereal, and then there's something that cues my desire for this, and that's sitting at the table,
seeing somebody else eat it opposite you, for example.
That could well be. But then the point is that this cue is a very special moment, isn't it? Because you have two options at the moment you're cued, and you're not eating, because we always say one bite and you're hooked.
Yeah.
But the
before you actually take that bite, there's a moment when the monkey. It's a power moment.
It's a moment when instead of actually acting, you can go inside, and of course our whole course is about this, what we're calling inner vision. You can go inside, and you might in fact remind yourself of your touchstone and what this is all about, what it is that you're trying to reach. But in terms of your health and fitness and energies and so on, why you're trying to make the smart swap. And then you could perhaps say to yourself, what is it, or say to the greedy chimp, what is it that you are really wanting at the moment in wanting to eat this sort of sugary? Is that the way you do it? You kind of ask yourself.
Because we do know that with sugar in particular, there is a system in your tasting mechanism which actually changes. The more sugar you eat, the more sugar you want to eat. And if you just can stop it for a while,
it'll go.
The attraction fades. But while you're in the process, it's important to talk to the monkey.
So the monkey might say, okay, the monkey might say, well, I want my banana, or I want my quick fix, and then perhaps you could perhaps let it say everything. It might not be that. It might say, perhaps, for example, it might say, well, as you said, somebody else over there is eating it. Why shouldn't I have it?
Exactly.
I'm as important a monkey as that monkey.
Or the monkey may even have had the fresh fruit in the morning, but as you're hitting the road getting to work, the monkey sees a donut shop or a frappuccino shop.
Always surrounding us. Yes.
So
again,
we're surrounded by stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it's at that point you say, well, what do you really want? And sometimes, I mean, you usually can find it probably isn't the donut. It may be the monkey doesn't really want to get to work, and the donut is an enjoyable sidetrack. There can be lots of other things that are going on.
It's up to you to do the chat when it comes up. Now then, of course, I suppose when we have the inner dialogue going on, and it's all about insight into different parts of yourself that we're calling the chimp and the human part at the moment, then when you have that dialogue, at that point the human could perhaps step in and find something that the chimp's happy with by saying, for example, well, we're going to be able to have this thing later in the day, just deferred.
Absolutely. You know, there's a lot to be said for delayed gratification as a happy-making experience. And as you get used to delaying, it's not that you never have the donut or whatever. You can have it, but you probably don't need the entire donut, and you schedule it. And it's
because the human part of our brains, the neocortex, that's where we can think ahead and we can know that if we wait, we'll get more pleasure. But the chimp is actually not aware of that and has to be told this and re-educated and promised that there will be, or it may be, in fact, that you could perhaps, in terms of alternative reward, you could perhaps find something that would suit you. You could say maybe, well, if we try this for a week, which is, we're always saying things should be done for the week if you're doing an experiment. If we try this for the week, then you could say not only will you the chimp, find that you're not wanting this sugar, but we'll do a reward. I mean, the reward could be intrinsic to the change of habit, which is that you will feel better and you will feel healthier. Or the reward could be perhaps, well, if we do this for a week, let's celebrate and buy some sort of thing that we've been wanting to buy that's a bit expensive, like an outfit, or you know what I mean? Yeah. It's different for each person, isn't it? So we've got basically a cue, which is an opportunity to look deep inside and say, what is the part of me that's craving, wanting, really, to look at alternative ways of satisfying that craving that suit all parts of you and your personality, to find something then. And so once you've got, that's very clear, isn't it? So you know, when I feel this craving, I'm going to go for this alternative behavior.
Yeah. So it's something negotiated in advance, but
the juice.
Yeah.
Or not the juice. You're saying that the plate of fruit that you have prepared, presumably. Yeah. And instead of seeing the cereal, you're seeing the plate of prepared fruit, or maybe
with nice things in it.
Nice things in it.
Sometimes it's as simple as just changing what's in it and making sure you enjoy it, because your taste buds will change, but it doesn't mean if you've never liked bananas, you're going to like bananas, or if you really love bananas and eat too many of them, that you're going to get over it overnight.
I feel for this bite, as it were, although there's lots to be said, and perhaps we'll revisit the understanding process tomorrow, but for this bite, we're really saying that you have a plan that we're wanting you to try for a week, and we have more to offer in terms of how to deal with problems that arise and how to really get that inner vision, that sense of your inner vision.
Build the touchstone, build the inner vision.
And we'll be doing more of that tomorrow.
And negotiate.
And so good luck and have fun. And have fun with your monkey.
Yeah, enjoy your monkey. Get to know him a lot better. Thanks. Have a good week. Bye.
Bye.